The Baki characters are known for being absolutely jacked, but how would they actually stand up in a bodybuilding competition? Could they compete? Could they win? Or would they fall flat? Well, in today's video, we're gonna answer that question for 3 different characters. Last time we went over could Baki do it, and then we went over could Hanma do it, and we determined that Baki could be in the pro bodybuilder division. Now, if you look at our tier list here, it's a little bit different than most. It's not like an S to D or E or F or whatever they go to these days. It's more of a Mr. Olympia, a pro bodybuilding division, an amateur bodybuilding division, the athletic, fit, and then like I don't even know if this guy works out, like what's he doing on this list. And in the Baki universe, it's gonna be hard to find someone like that, but we might just get to it today. We'll have to take a look and see. But yes, Baki is definitely got a Greek god-like physique. He is like a statue. He's got an amazing physique that I think most guys would really like to have, at least most guys that like to work out and stuff like that. So I definitely placed him in the pro bodybuilder division. There was a few things that he was lacking before I could really put him in the Olympia division. And if you're interested in knowing what that was, then make sure to go back and watch that video from the other day. And then also we've got Hanma, who has an incredible physique. He's absolutely massive, has like arms for days, and is just totally shredded. But I didn't find his physique quite as appealing as Baki's, at least from a bodybuilding perspective. And remember, in bodybuilding, we're looking at 4 different things that really make a good bodybuilder. That's gonna be your muscle mass, your symmetry, your conditioning, and your proportions. And we'll go over all of that a little bit in more detail as we look at some of these characters. But because of those factors, even though he's absolutely massive and looks great, I had to put Hanma in the amateur bodybuilding division. Now today, we're gonna be looking at 3 characters. We're gonna be looking at Goki, Hector, and Guevaru. And these physiques are quite a bit different from one another, so it's gonna be interesting to see which category each of them are gonna be in, and then which level they could actually compete at. So let's get started with Goki here. So it turns out that he's about 5'1" and 103 pounds, so he's very, very small. Definitely not the size of any bodybuilders that I know. Even on the smallest amateur levels, that's really small. 103 pounds, even at 5'1", that's pretty small. So for a bodybuilder, I just don't know, and I couldn't really find many shots of his anywhere. And all of them, he's wearing clothes and stuff like that. So honestly, I mean, you could tell he's really ripped because you look at the face, and I talked about this in the last video, he's got that death face where everything's just really sucked in, and it means he has a really low amount of body fat. So it means he's got pretty good conditioning probably, but I don't see any evidence that he has a really good amount of muscle mass. I mean, maybe we could take shots like this and we could see like his chest right there. Maybe that could help out with it. Or let's see right here, yeah, a little bit in the chest. So he's got a little bit of muscle mass. It's easy to tell that he definitely works out. In some of these shots, yeah, I mean, he's got some good arms too, but maybe there's some good physique shots that I'm just not seeing right here. And if there are, let me know in the comments down below. But overall, you could tell he works out. You could tell he's fit for sure, but he's definitely higher than what an would be. But I can't put him quite in the amateur bodybuilding division. I would put him in the fit, maybe athletic. I'm gonna place him. I'm gonna be generous just because of that last shot that we saw, and place him in the athletic division. Now, if we go into the next person, we're gonna see Hector right here. Now, Hector comes in quite a bit bigger, a foot taller, 6'1", and weighs in at 187. Now, as far as like muscle mass goes, with what he looks like, and we'll see in just a second, it looks like he could actually be packing on like 210 or 220 pounds. So 187 actually seems a little bit lean for what he looks like. But again, we're gonna be looking at the proportions and what the muscles actually look like as compared to the actual stats, because as we know, those can be off just a little bit. So this was the best shot of Hector that I could find. And he looks absolutely incredible. I mean, you can see a really nice V taper. And if you don't know what a V taper is, that's the shoulder and lat to waist ratio. So are we seeing like an upside down triangle or pyramid right there? And then if we could see the legs too, we'd be looking for them to pop out down there at the bottom, so giving us an X type shape to his physique. So his symmetry looks really good. Proportions look really good. He's got that same thing as most Baki characters where like the forearms are a little bit bigger than the bis and tris. So I don't know if I would place him at the Mr. Olympia division, but he's definitely looking really good. And that goes for most of these shots too. He's absolutely lean, ripped, looks great. So let's see here. This is definitely my favorite shot. So I like to look at this one right here. I mean, he's got really great traps, really great shoulders. So overall, I would say he would probably do best in the men's physique division. So he'd probably be competing right there with Baki. He's got that same type of physique. He could probably also do the classic physique division. I'd have to see his legs and everything, but I think one of those two he would do really well at, and in either one he would do so well, I would place him as a pro bodybuilder. I don't know if he's quite to the level of a Mr. Olympia. I think he could lean up, work on the proportions just a bit, but outside of that, he looks great. Him and Baki on stage together together would be an amazing competition. It would be awesome to see them go through all of the compulsory poses and all of the quarter turns and all of that sort of stuff. So that would be really cool. I wish we had shots of all these characters, like the art design of them, and just seeing them from all these different angles. So now let's move on to Guevaru. I think I'm saying that right, Guevaru. But anyway, we don't have stats listed for him as far as height and weight go. But we can actually tell that he's absolutely massive, especially if you guys watched the first season of Baki Hanma on Netflix. You could see him without his shirt on, and here's a video that shows that, and he's just absolutely massive. And on top of this, you can see not just the muscular separation, like, and what I mean by that is, like, you could see the separation between the delts and the chest, or the delts and the biceps and the brachialis and the triceps, all the forearm muscles. You can see that separation, and what that means is that he's really well conditioned. We can see the striations and the feathering within the muscles right here. So he looks absolutely amazing. He doesn't look absolutely monstrous though, so I definitely wouldn't put him in the open bodybuilding division. I would probably place him in the classic or the men's physique division for sure. I think he's right up there. I think he might be a little bit more lean and ripped than Hector. I don't know. I might need more shots. I might need more shots to just determine everything, but I definitely think he could be a pro bodybuilder. He's got a really good V-taper as well. I would place him right up there next to Hector and Baki. I don't know if he's quite a level above them, but all three of those guys on stage would be a great match for one another, and they could all three compete in either the men's physique or the classic physique divisions. All right, so up next, we're gonna go over Kaku, who is going to be an amazing one to examine, and then some other ones down the line until we get to the one and only Yujiro Hanma. Which one are you most excited about, and are there any on this list that you don't see that you would like to be added to this list where we can examine their physique from a bodybuilding perspective? If there's anything like that, let me know in the comments down below, and if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, leave a bicep emoji in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.